Welcome to episode 88 of the Quest Lore series, Desert Treasure 1. To start this quest you must have completed the Dig Site, Temple of Ikov, the Tourist Trap, Troll Stronghold, Death Plateau, Priest in Peril, and Waterfall Quest. In the Caridian Desert you meet the world-famous archaeologist extraordinaire Asgarnia Smith, who recently found a stone tablet with inscriptions he can't decipher. He gives you the etchings to bring to Terry Belando, the archaeological expert at the Dig Site Exam Center. He recognizes you from finding the stone tablet under the dig site in a previous quest. He makes a rough translation of this old language in a journal and you hand it to Asgarnia Smith. There appears to be 4 diamonds concealing something in the temple. Asgarnia Smith says, hypothetically, if the treasure was found, that it not be handed to the museum and instead split 50-50 amongst you and him, which you agree to. To cover more ground you split. He searches for clues in the Bedabin camp and you go south to the bandit camp. After buying a bandit brew from the bartender for 650 coins, you talk to him to find out about the 4 diamonds of Azanadra, which he thinks is just a fairy tale for kids. Eblis says that the diamonds were stolen by warriors of Zamorak generations ago, which gave them the powers of blood, ice, smoke, and shadow. He can make a device and cast a spell that will give a rough estimate of their location. Handing him 12 magic logs, 6 steel bars, 6 molten glass, some bones, ashes, charcoal, and a single blood rune, he heads east and enchants 6 mirrors. Peering through each mirror, you see a land of ice trolls, a forest with benches, a well in the desert, and Canifis in Mauritania. Entering the well, you find yourself in a smoky dungeon. Running against the clock, you light the 4 torches in the corners and unlock a chest with the key that unlocks the gate where you fight Farid for the smoked diamond. Entering the pub in Canifis, you meet Malak, who's collecting the bartender's tithe for Lord Drakon. He smells your scent and can tell that you're not from here. You mention that you're looking for the blood diamond. He knows that Desus, the harvester of blood, has it, and he provides you instructions on how to kill him. In the drainer sewers, you hand a silver bar to Ruantun, who makes a silver pot. This is brought to the head priest on Entrana to be blessed by Saradomin. Malak fills it with blood, yours unfortunately, and you add some garlic powder and spices to disguise the smell. Heading through the swamp, you make it to the graveyard, where you pour the blood onto Desus's tomb, waking him into a fight. When defeated, he doesn't drop the blood diamond, so you speak to Malak again and he hands you it. The reason he wanted Desus killed is because vampires tend not to die of old age, and in the interest of gaining some land, Malak needed Desus to die, but not by the suspicion of using his own hands. West of the Fishing Guild, you talk to Rosolo, who will give you a ring of visibility in return for the gilded cross that was stolen from him by a man named Lahib from the bandit camp. You pick the lock of Lahib's chest in the bandit camp and obtain the gilded cross. This is traded for the ring of visibility, which shows a passageway that was unseen before. Making your way to the end of the long winding tunnel, Damis appears and attacks you. When you defeat him, he drops the shadow diamond. Dunstan makes you a pair of spiked climbing boots and you head up Trollheim Mountain. Here you see an ice troll child crying. You give him a sweet and he mentions that his parents were frozen in place for stealing a diamond. You squeeze through the gate, entering a stat-draining blizzard, and kill 5 ice trolls to melt the ice from the cave entrance. Making your way through, you pass some ice wolves, and then Camel appears. After defeating him, you head even further up the mountain, along a floating ice path, until you reach the frozen troll parents. Casting fire spells to unfreeze them, they mention that their child had the diamond all along. Reunited once again, the kid hands you the ice diamond. With all 4 diamonds in your possession, you return to Eblis in the desert, and he tells you the story of the legendary hero Azanadra. He had the 4 powers of blood, ice, smoke and shadow, but at the end of the war with Zamorak, he was imprisoned in the temple indefinitely and had his powers removed from him. Placing the 4 diamonds in each pillar removes the barrier to the pyramid, and you enter. Making your way past traps and going deeper through the tunnels, you make it to the altar room where Azanadra is. He believes that the war is still going on and has no idea that he was defeated and trapped, with thousands of years having passed since. he rewards you by teaching the ancient magics of blood, ice, smoke and shadow, and you can now buy the ancient staff from Eblis for 80,000 coins. Asgania Smith is disappointed that there was no gold, as he was planning to go on holiday abroad this year. In reality, he enjoys treasure hunting much more than the riches. Completing this quest is a requirement for Desert Treasure 2 and Recipe for Disaster, which is the next quest I'll be completing in the Season 4 finale of the Questlore series.